Welcome back to the Evolve podcast, where we have interesting and insightful conversations. I'm joined here today by an incredible woman, precious sister of mine, Brittany. Brittany, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to chat. I know we could chat all day, so.
Yeah, yay. So Britt is a very, very fun person to be around, and like honestly, a lot of like beautiful inner child energy comes out, which I really value and I love. And what I want to chat about in today's episode is spirituality, and I guess the journey of that path and what it's meant for, like how, not what it's meant for, like how that's looked through your journey and through your life. Because I think spirituality is this thing that people get curious and excited about. It's like, oh yeah, I want to be spiritual. I want to be there. And it's like, well, what is spirituality? Like, what is spirituality to you, Britt?
I love that question. For me personally, I always say spirituality is very much so my own thing, and it's always very much so been my own thing. So what spirituality means to me can look and show up so differently for every single person. Essentially, I say it is your connection with yourself, and by extension, the universe. Or if you don't even like that language, you don't even have to call it the universe. You know what I'm saying? You could call it the earth or the divine or spirit or whatever.
Or God.
God, source. Yeah. I personally don't fit into a box. I mean, I am a reader. I do psychism. I do mediumship. I read tarot cards. So people often lump me in with like new age. And personally, I don't resonate with that. You know, I see truth in new age as I see truth in all religion, but I also see things that I don't personally align with in new age the same way I don't align with things in religion. So spirituality for me really has been very much so my own journey. It's been my relationship, you know, deepening my relationship with myself, deepening my relationship to spirit. And yeah, I guess that's how I would define it.
Where did that, like, were you someone that was always curious about spirituality?
Oh, yeah.
Like, as a little girl?
Yeah.
Were you playing witches and stuff in the playground and stuff?
I mean, I used to see spirits as a kid. So for me...
Can you tell us about a time?
Yeah.
Tell us a memory.
Okay. I have a couple. So I'll start with one that's not so scary, because often this stuff is like super spooky, right? And then we get scared to kind of navigate this world or explore this world because there's so much fear, and really it's nothing to fear. So the first story I remember when I was really, really, really young, I couldn't tell you how old I was, but I was young, maybe like 3, 4, 5 years old. I remember falling asleep, and my parents would sometimes just kind of like be close by as I fell asleep. And I remember just liking to know, I liked to know that they were there when I would fall asleep. And then I would wake up in the middle of the night, and my parents weren't there anymore, but there were these 2 figures by my bed that were not my parents, but I felt so incredibly safe. They made me feel so incredibly safe. I remember waking up, seeing these 2 figures by my bed, a man and a woman, and I would just fall back to sleep. So that's like my earliest memory.
Do you know what they looked like? Were they wearing anything?
Like when I think of it, it was a man and a woman. They were probably about my parents' age. That's how they presented, at least. They looked very typical. They looked like humans. I mean, but spirit, but they looked human to me. I remember the woman had brown hair, looked like a mom, and the dad, maybe he was a little bald, like more so, but they look very typical. Like they just look like 2 typical humans, and they had more of like a transparent. They were kind of transparent and a little glowy. Yeah. And that's all I remember. And I just remember feeling very incredibly safe, and I would just fall back to sleep. So that's my first memory. And then as I got older, Kitty.
Kitty's on the
board.
She's on the podcast equipment.
My cat's
off you get.
She's like pressing all the buttons.
Think we're okay.
We're good. And then when I was 9, 10 years old, I remember having to go to Montreal. So my family is traditionally so I grew up in Vancouver area. My parents, Kitty is now going to knock off the camera.
Oh my God. Do you know she did this to me in an event the other day? No, that's not a fun place to be. Kitty. So I've got Brittany's camera literally Okay, she's sitting in the box.
Yeah, cats love boxes.
Oh my gosh. Kitty, how'd you get? Out.
My cats will do this too in the most
you get?
inconvenient times.
Out, please.
Come hang out with us. Come sit on the couch. Come sit on the couch.
Oh, now she's going to scratch her face against the box,
Here.
which is going to knock the camera over.
Yep.
Oh my God. No. So I was hosting an event online the other day, and because the internet dropped out, I had to... Fuck, she's back on the fucking podcasting. Get off, mate. This is hilarious. This is what a professional studio... This is how a professional studio is run, by the way, guys, just so that you know. This is totally normal. Ow! She's got energy, this cat. She just attacked my foot. Anyway, I was running this event the other day, and because the internet dropped out at the very end, just before we were about to do the last phase of the routine, I had to go into my bedroom and like bounce off the loft Wi-Fi where I used to live. And I made this little setup for my laptop, which was on like a chair and then a box on the chair, and there was like this little triangle space, and we're in the process. She jumps up into the little triangle place, knocks it, my laptop falls off onto the ground.
Stop. Of course.
I was like,
always.
I was like, fuck.
Always. She's like, oh, you're busy with something important? Oh, it's my time to shine.
Exactly. She's like, I'm important.
Literally.
I'll
cats.
show you what's important.
My cats literally are the same way. It's like always the most, they're like perfectly quiet as I'm like not busy.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I start to focus on something I need to be focused on,
Yeah.
they're just, but you know,
But
as they should.
I
you
love
know.
her. Anyway.
Yeah.
If there might be a little bit of this,
That's
but
okay.
hey, that's just life. Okay, Montreal.
Montreal. So my grandma had a stroke, long story short, and we had to go spend the summer there to take care of her. And I started seeing a spirit in that house all the time. And it scared the shit out of
What
me.
age were you?
9 or 10, something like that.
Yeah.
And I would hear the footsteps at night. It was like this shadow figure that I would see. And it really, really scared me. And I would see it all the time. Like I could not sleep at night. There was a lot of fear instilled in me because my family is very religious. I grew up very Catholic. So, you know, there was a lot of fear instilled in me. I didn't really understand what was going on. And I've always been very sensitive. So like that really instilled a lot of fear in me, which really freaked me out when it comes to like that world for a very long time. I was always super interested in the paranormal though, because for me it was very real. You know, I had like my own experiences, but it scared me just as much. And then as I got older, when I started mediumship development, that's when I was able to move through a lot of that fear and realize that really it is nothing to fear. It's simply the unknown, and we fear what we don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've always been super curious about like paranormal stuff, aliens, you know, that's really how it started for me from a young age. And then as I grew older, it shifted into really like coming home to self, the journey of coming home to self and like healing and that kind of a thing, and developing a relationship with my guides and really feeling connected to the universe as well. Not only seeing spirits and connecting to spirits, but like my own connection as a whole, if that makes sense. Yeah. So it's evolved, and I'm sure it'll continue to evolve as, you know, life continues, but yeah.
When was that first kind of initial deepening or exploration? Like what was it that led you to like actually start developing?
Yeah. So I, again, have always been so fascinated by, oh, she is moving that dial, FYI. I don't know. She's moving it up a bit. So I always thought mediums were the coolest people in the world. Like psychics and mediums, I was fascinated with. Like it just lit me up. And okay.
Fuck. Cat, you're going outside, bruh. Wait, I'll be right back. Britt, you can keep talking about mediumship.
Okay. So basically for me, I always thought mediums and psychics were super fascinating. I always had such an intense fascination to it ever since I was young, as you know, a lot of people do. And I, went to school because that's what was expected of me, university, the whole 9 yards. And I just kind of ignored this world that I was super, super interested in. But I started exploring it eventually on my own. So I bought myself a tarot deck. I bought myself oracle cards. I bought myself dowsing rods, and I started playing around with those things. And then I started doing readings for myself, and then I started doing readings for friends. And eventually my one friend, Stephanie, love you, girl. Love her so much. She's always been so supportive, which is rare to find people that truly support you through the journey. Anyways, she's always been super supportive, and she's like, you should start posting your readings like online. So I was like, do you know what? Like, yeah. So I started posting my readings like online, and then a medium actually reached out to me, who ended up being a really big mentor for me. She reached out to me and she's like, hey, like, I don't normally do this, but I got like a ping basically from spirit, like, you should develop your mediumship. You're a medium. And I was like, me, a medium? Like, because I always thought mediums were just like the coolest thing ever. So I was like, that's obviously made me super excited. So I looked into it, and I ended up I signed myself up for mediumship development. And yeah, essentially what mediumship development did for me was help me recognize what I've been doing my whole life, if that makes sense. So it was kind of like, oh, like,
That's what that is.
Yeah. Like, or like, I didn't know that's not, I shouldn't say that that's not normal, but I've always been very, very sensitive. And mediumship psychism is like anything else, right? Like, you're going to have people who play soccer that are naturally really good. You're going to have other people that practice really hard, therefore they're really good. You're going to have people that hate soccer and want nothing to do with it. So for me, I've been very sensitive and very aware naturally. It's something I've naturally been able to really tap into. So mediumship development really just helped me recognize what I've been doing, and also really kind of hone it.
Because it's funny, it's kind of like you don't realize, like, that's just kind of been your normal.
Yes, and that's exactly.
For so long, and it's like, oh, this is just how I am, and blah, blah, blah. Like, maybe other people are like this too, I don't know.
Exactly. It's like a third arm that I've had my whole life, but didn't see it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, it's always been there, and just certain things that I just thought other people experienced regularly, if that makes sense. And it's not that other people can't experience it because we all have the ability to tune into these things and develop these things. But like I said, like, I personally have naturally been just more sensitive, as, like I said, anything, right? Some people are naturally more whatever at anything, you get what I'm saying. So yeah.
Wow, that's so interesting. I know that for me personally, I've always been so interested in like magic. And as a little kid, like, I'm fascinated with crystals. I used to collect crystals and rocks, and I used to like the games that we would play like in primary school. There was always like a witch, or there was like, let's make a potion and let's go here and let's do this, and vampires. Like, it was just very, very like, fantasy, fantasy world. And I loved it so much. I was also super interested in tarot readers and psychics. I used to go to them all the time. But to the point where it was like
too much.
Oh, it was terrible. Like, it was to the point where it was like, she was telling me one thing, and because it was what I liked, even though it wasn't matching my reality, I kept staying in that reality.
You attached to it.
And I kept going back to her because I was like, she kept telling me what I liked, and I was living in a delusion, really. And so I ended up staying in like a toxic situationship for
I'm so sorry.
For way too long.
You have to be I always say this, like, as a reader myself, like, I always say, you don't ever want to be outsourcing your power to anybody else. And don't get me wrong, I love readings. I get readings for myself every once in a while, but always use your discernment. Readers are human at the end of the day. And unfortunately, this world is not regulated. So you have a lot of people doing this work that are not developed, who should not be doing this work. You also have really, really amazing people doing this work who are human and sometimes will make a mistake because they interpret the message wrong. Because kind of like soccer players, you could have the best player in the world that is going to fumble the ball sometimes, so your discernment is always just like always the most important. But yeah, it's so easy to pedestal people that do this work just because we think like, oh, they have this access that I don't have access to. It's like, hold on a minute.
You do.
You do. Yeah. It's simply a matter of learning how to reconnect to yourself, to listen.
Yeah. And find out what that truth is for yourself.
Totally.
That's something that has really, I think I've been in a classroom for that since September last year, since my last ayahuasca ceremony, like learning what my truth is and finding that from my womb and from my heart rather than my brain and the thoughts and the fears and the stories. Yeah. And it's been an intense journey, and it's been like the next lesson, right? Because I guess that's the journey of spirituality, and the, I guess, definition that you provided is how I feel about it as well. For me, it's like, this is connection to self. This is me discovering more about me and learning how I've became the way that I have, and choosing to unlearn some of those things and choosing to learn and become more of what feels in integrity and what feels right.
Yeah. And you know what I'll say too, because when people think of spirituality, they think of like the psychics, aliens, the 3 or the 5D, all of this mystical, magical stuff, which is fun. Don't get me wrong, it's fun, and there's nothing wrong with. Don't get me wrong, I could sit down and I could talk to you about aliens all night. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's so fun. But I truly think like we are human for a reason. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, and I believe the most spiritual thing you can do is be in the human experience. So your spirituality should help you be human.
Yes.
If your spirituality is...
And live the human life that you want to live.
Exactly.
That's purposeful.
Exactly. Because too many people get looped into spirituality and they use it as another means of escape as opposed to being more human. True spirituality is embodiment.
Yeah.
Being in this human experience.
Being in the human body.
Yeah. Learning more about yourself to see, how am I showing up in this reality? Am I showing up as the version I want to be?
Yeah.
Am I showing up as the best version of myself? Or am I showing up as, you know,
as a byproduct of everything that I've experienced, like trauma and blah, 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 blah.
Exactly. Spirituality should help you live the human experience.
Yeah. And live a more fulfilling, like happy existence in this human experience.
It shouldn't pull you away from it. If it's pulling you away from the human experience, there's something for you to look at.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for sharing that. I think that's powerful.
Yeah. It's important because it's so easy, and I get it, especially because we live in a world that is hard. We want to disassociate. We want to escape. I was there for a little period of it myself, so I completely understand. And it's so easy to get wrapped up in that. But the key is, we're here to be human. We're not going to be here for a long time. Like it's going to go by like that. And we're going to be like, oh, I wish I was a human again. You know, I mean, maybe.
Are we? Yeah.
But yeah,
I've been like joking around a little bit lately, being like, I'm one spiritual awakening away from like wanting to exit. Like it's been rough, man. It's been, you know what? No, it's been the medicine that it's needed to be, and I've been able to handle it.
Of course.
Let me just get a grip on. That. It's interesting when I reflect on my journey. I got into, I guess, spirituality through drugs.
Well, like, are you talking about plant medicine?
Well, it wasn't even plant medicine. It was like, oh, let's do some mushrooms. That'll be fun, but not in a ceremony setting, like in a recreational way, right?
Got it.
So I was like, oh yeah, let's do some mushies. Oh, let's try DMT. Oh, let's do some other stuff that sends you into the stratosphere, and then through that, and through going through my Saturn returns and like life just fucking crumbling everything that I thought I wanted, which I didn't want. It wasn't even mine to want. It was someone else's dream that I was just latching onto.
Your ego, yeah.
It wasn't even mine. It was this guy's. Just wanted him, so I made all of my goals and dreams his goals and dreams.
Right.
It wasn't actually mine. I didn't even fucking want all that. So for that to crumble was God doing me a service. Yeah. And the universe like being like, this is not for you. Yes, we're going to make it crumble. Yeah. And I then I went and did ayahuasca and actually did my first proper ceremony. And then that's when everything shifted. And that's when I became sober and celibate and no longer did any kind of drugs. But yeah, and then now it's like, I don't need any drugs. I don't need any plant medicine. All I need is myself. All I need is my womb and tea and just space to be in my own energy.
Yeah.
Which is funny how it kind of does this full big circle to land you right where you need to be.
Totally. Yeah. And what I'll say too is everyone's path is so different. Obviously, you know this. I'm sure those listening knows this too. Like for me, plant medicine was also a huge part on my journey. And I know for me, I know you feel complete when it comes to plant medicine. I know I'm not complete, but it's because I know I'm meant to work in ceremony spaces.
Yeah.
It's kind of like with anything, right? Like a surgeon, you're going to want your surgeon to have practiced a lot of times and really, know it before they do surgery on you.
Of
you
course.
know, I don't know if that's a great example, but you get
It
what
makes
I'm trying
sense.
to say. Yeah. But, I'll say this too. Plant medicine is not for everybody. The path is going to look different for everyone. You can find spirituality. Like when you're meant to find the path, or when your soul is truly ready for the path, it's going to come to you. You know what I mean? Like it's so different for everybody.
There are so many, like literally, I love what you're saying. There are so many different ways for you to connect to yourself. It might be through dance. It might be through art. It might be through yoga. It might be through breath work. It might be through hiking in the mountains. Like it could be, I think it's anything that allows you to be in your own energy and allows you to have some space.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be like a silent retreat where you're in meditation for 15 hours a day.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be that.
No. It can be.
It could be.
It can be.
It absolutely
but it
could be.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be.
Yeah. And just because it's like that for someone, like just because plant medicine was big on both of our journeys, you listening, you might never feel called to plant medicine, and that's okay. You know what I mean? It might not be a part of your journey, but it doesn't make you any less spiritual or any less able to connect or any less able to do any of these things. Thank you for saying this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the one thing about plant medicine is that you will know in your bones if you're meant to do it.
Yeah.
And it's not something that I'm like, everyone should go do plant medicine. Fuck no.
Fuck no.
I'm the last person to say that.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
Trust me, same.
If anything, we're like, think about it really hard.
Yeah.
Ask your heart, ask your womb, ask it again.
And do you know what else too? Like plant medicines for me on my path have been the most, not all of the journeys, but some of the most intense moments of my life and hardest moments of my life.
Me too.
But what I'll say is some people experience things in their life that is like, we all experience things in our life that are a ceremony, but some people are going to experience things in their life that is equivalent to what an ayahuasca journey would be.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That makes total sense.
And it teaches you the exact same things, but in a different way.
Yes. And I think that makes sense. That was a little bit of an aha moment of what, like the stuff that I experienced in my last ceremony around the trauma from my lineage and blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, that I didn't have to experience that physically in my life. And I did experience it quite physically and emotionally and energetically in that medicine journey.
Yeah.
To be able to stretch, to be able to hold spaces where that's present, and to also just help the family out and get that out of our lineage, I guess.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's interesting. Like if you're meant to learn a lesson, you're going to learn it however you're meant to learn it. Maybe you learn it through an experience in life. Maybe you learn it through a plant medicine journey. Maybe you learn it through X, Y, and Z. Like you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, totally. Totally. What else I love about having touched ceremony with plant medicine is that my retreats have no plant medicine, right? And they have the fucking essence of a ceremony and like a transformational week. Like the ones that I did in Sri Lanka, it was incredible. I just bought bits and pieces from like my whole experience that I've had. And women were having these massive breakthroughs. And I was like, we're in fucking ceremony. Like I feel like I'm at Rhythmia right now.
Yeah.
And I'm holding this container for these ladies. And so I think part of it gets to be that it's like you don't have to do it to be able to still have that ceremony experience and have the breakthroughs and I guess the shedding and the letting go and the healing that is available through retreats and different work.
Yeah. And I've felt the same thing for my retreats as well. It's, and that's why and I don't think like ayahuasca is not just available to everybody either. You know what I mean? It's just or any sort of plant medicine, right? It's so important not to put these things on a pedestal the same way it's important not to put anybody on a pedestal. Like we shouldn't be putting these plant medicines on a pedestal either, and we shouldn't be outsourcing our power to these things either, which a lot of people is easy to do that. It's easy to do that. And you know, that's why like in the spiritual community, sure, you're going to have a lot of amazing people that you're going to meet, but you're going to have a lot of people who claim to be super spiritual that are more lost than someone who claims to be an atheist and doesn't believe in any of these things, you know?
Yeah. So interesting. There's so many flavors out there.
Yeah.
Everything's available.
Everything is available, literally. And I believe that I believe that we are all aspects of God. I believe that we are all God or source experiencing itself. I believe that everything is energy, right? We are all of the same source. And to me, that's God. This is my mind, you know, take what resonates for you. But I see the universe as all of the same source. And I believe that source wanted to experience everything that there was to experience. So therefore, we are all meant to have vastly different experiences because source wants to experience all of it. So who am I to judge your experience? Your source, just like I'm source, experiencing your version of this reality. And I'm experiencing what I'm meant to experience so that as a whole, as a collective, we experience all of it. Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see it that way as well. And it feels very big.
Huge.
It feels very big when I go into it. And I've had moments where I've been like a bit existential and I'm like, just drop back down into Ellie. That's what you're here to do, sis. Like, it's okay.
But that's why it also is like why we're meant to be human. Like experience what you're meant to be here to experience because you're here to experience the human reality because source wants to experience it all. So be human and enjoy your experience.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like it's
and maybe part of that experience is overcoming and becoming your highest potential. I believe that's what it is.
Yeah. And not everybody is meant to have that experience because source wants to experience all of it. So some people it's vastly different. We'll just say that. And that's why it's so important not to judge anybody. Yeah. It's important to love. You know, it's like, how can I love you? How can I love you more?
Where you're at.
Regardless of what you chose to experience here. Because your experience is no less than my experience. Do you get what I'm saying?
It's just a different experience.
It's a different experience.
And like, and also compassion. Fuck, imagine if that was my experience. Like I'm grateful that I get to be experiencing this.
Yeah, same. No, I know. Right? Same. Yeah. Yeah.
Like I sit with that a lot.
Yeah, 100%.
That's in my awareness a lot that I'm like, I'm very fucking privileged and very grateful to be Ellie and to be in the position where I know that I'm resourced in the way that I can grow. Like I have the safety, I have the financial means, I have the support to be able to grow and become my fullest potential. Yeah. Like that gets to be my journey. Yeah. What a fucking great journey.
Yeah. No, 100%. And I feel the same way. And we wouldn't be able to have this experience if the world wasn't the way it is. And that's a whole other kind of worms that we could get into also. Because I truly believe that, you know, and don't get me wrong, this doesn't mean I'm not going to fight for justice or anything like that. Like I'm the type of person that, you know, will always fight for justice and that kind of a thing. However, at the same time, I believe that everything is exactly how it's meant to be.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be experiencing our experiences if the world wasn't exactly how it's meant to be. I know a lot of people in the spiritual community especially talk about, I'm here to bring the 5D to the 3D, or I'm here to help bring the new earth, which I get. But what if we simply wanted to have that experience, that feeling of awakening, that feeling of, you know, calling people to their higher selves? What if we simply wanted that experience, therefore to have that experience, the world had to be exactly
the way it is.
The way it is, exactly.
There had to be people that were...
We had to be lost.
In lower levels of awareness and consciousness and...
all of it.
Availability around resources and...
Exactly. So it's like, you know, it's so easy to get into your perspective and think this is the way of life. This is what we should be doing. This is that. It's like, maybe that is the path for you. Maybe that's exactly what you're meant to experience. And that's beautiful. Live your life that way. And if people choose to also live their life that way because you inspired them, amazing. But don't you dare put anyone else down for choosing to live differently. Do you know what I mean?
Because they're exactly where they're meant to be.
And they're experiencing what they're meant to experience. And their experience is no less important or no less impactful than yours. It's just different.
It looks different.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is like a complex conversation.
It's nuanced. There's layers. We can dive deep with it.
Yeah. What I think the people that are listening to this conversation, like the people that have been drawn to this episode, like, I'm glad you're here. And it's like, if you have been drawn to a conversation like this and you're hearing us speak about these different ideas, like maybe there's something for you to realize.
Yeah. Can I say something really quickly too? Because I was also here. I was at this point for a while on my journey, and I know a lot of people in the spiritual community are. I'm here to help awaken the world. I'm here to help awaken others, right? Because we start awakening and we, all of these things. And what I started to realize, I'm like, oh, no, I'm not. I'm here to fucking be me.
Yes.
I'm here to fucking be as Brittany as I can fucking be.
Yes.
That's what I'm here to do. And if my journey of becoming inspires other people, cool. That's amazing. But who am I to awaken other people? Who am I to play God and disturb whatever they're meant to experience here?
Yeah. They're going to do that all on their own. And if they
do. And if they don't, that's their journey.
Yeah. That's what they're meant
That's
to
their
be.
experience.
Yeah. My mission is me first, My mission is literally what you've just said, to be me. My mission is to live a bold, joyful, happy life that inspires others. By just fucking being myself.
By being
as Ellie as I fucking possibly can. Yeah. And choosing to love the imperfectness of being human.
Yes. All parts of the experience.
Yeah, because there's so much out there that tells us we need to be perfect.
No.
Your body needs to look like this. You need to look like this. You can't behave like that. You can't have herpes because that's shameful. It's like, fuck off.
Who decided that?
Yeah. I unsubscribe from that.
No.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My journey is, and that's where the medicine is. How fucking courageous. How courageous to be yourself in a world that tells you to be anything but that wants you to look a certain way, that wants you to fit in this box.
It's an act of rebellion.
Yeah, fuck you.
And it's an act of rebellion, and it's the most, I don't know, rebellious thing you can do, like to the system, to whatever, is to be you.
Yeah.
Is to be you. And I don't know why I feel called to mention this too, kind of on topic, kind of off topic. I made a video about this on my Instagram and TikTok this morning. But for those out there too who feel called to inspire other people. So if you're a creative or whatever it may be, and you feel called to like inspire other people, the key to inspiring others is to be inspired yourself. So if you are creating from a place where you're not inspired, you're not going to inspire others. Do you know, this is kind of like on topic, off topic, but it's like so many people get stuck in, I'm meant to inspire others. Like I need to be consistent. I need to do this, or they try to do like, what are other people going to like? It's like, hold on, don't force yourself to create, or create from a place of inspiration. And when you do naturally, you will inspire others. And same with helping others. A lot of people feel like, oh, I'm meant to help people. I'm meant to this, I'm meant to that. It's like, help yourself first.
Yeah.
Help yourself first. That's where it starts. And by helping yourself,
the ripple effect.
Yeah. You're rooted.
Works its magic.
Yeah, you will show up present. And yeah, like you said, the ripple effect. Anyways, I could go on.
I really like that. And that's something that I know as something that I've been experiencing myself as someone that creates on social media and puts stuff out there. There is so much out there already, and it's easy to get distracted by that, and it's easy to compare. There's a little bit of a trap there, right?
Oh, totally.
And I needed to pull myself back and create a new framework or a new program for me to work from. And my soul like my rules around content creation, that is like the measure of success for me. It's like because, you know, we've got likes, we've got shares, we've got comments, we've got reach. It's like, apparently that's what success is, right? That's the measure of success. Those are the metrics for success. I'm like, no. I unsubscribe from that. My measure of success is that it's come from within me.
And the key to your success is your ability to show up authentically.
Yes.
Not to get trapped in what do I think other people are going to like?
Yeah.
What is going to get the most engagement? No, honey. Your perspective of the world is literally so unique that nobody else sees the world the way you do. Create from that authentic place. When you create from you authentically and you don't give a shit what other people are going to say or think, that's the key to your success right there. But your ability to do that lies in your ability to be honest with yourself. How authentic am I?
Yeah.
Am I showing up authentic?
Yeah.
What masks am I wearing?
Yeah. Who am I saying this for?
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. And this isn't just about people that are creators and putting content out there, right? This is also just like how you show up in life and you just be you.
Totally. Yeah.
It's okay for you to have a different view or perspective to someone.
You're supposed to.
Yeah.
You're supposed to.
Yeah.
You see the world differently.
And it's okay for you to say that to them. Like,
totally.
It's like, hey, I can make sense of why you feel that way and why you see it that way. I see it this way.
Yeah.
It's cool that we have different perspectives.
And there's value in that.
Yeah.
Know that your unique perspective holds value. Lean into your uniqueness, lean into your authenticity. That is, to me, the key to success. And when I say success, I'm not talking about measuring it in like the typical way. You know what I'm saying? But also
your
in the typical way.
Being just human, right?
Yeah, but also in the typical way with artists and stuff like that. Like the more you're able to lean into you genuinely and create from that place, the more you will impact people naturally without really having to try. It's like, yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And this isn't always easy, right? Like,
no.
To be yourself.
No.
To radically choose to be yourself and to go on that journey of authenticity.
Yeah.
And like being in integrity to what you believe and what your values are as you figure them out and they evolve over time, right? That can be a twisty, turny, upsy, downsy kind of path to walk.
That's the path I've been on, and it's been.
Same.
There's been some loop-de-loops in there as well. Yeah.
But that's part of it, right?
Yeah, it's a journey. I've been saying ever since moving to Costa Rica, because I just moved here 3 weeks ago, I'm like, I feel like Dora the Explorer. I'm like, Anna was on an adventure.
Yeah, it's like, what's next?
What's next? Grab your backpacks. Let's go.
Yeah. But it's not just like a location-based adventure. It's like, what's next in here?
Totally. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. I think that's how we learn to love ourselves. And I did say that in a previous episode, like just becoming more and more ourselves and being okay with that, choosing to love, choosing to accept it, choosing to see beauty in it.
Well, the more you genuinely love yourself, the more you're able to show up authentically. They go hand in hand. Yeah.
What's that been like for you? Like, what would you say the first step or something practical you could offer people to help them be more authentic and ultimately loving themselves?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's self-reflection. So, I mean, I created a whole program on this. I'm passionate about this. This is what changed my life. And the key is getting to know yourself deeper. So it's truly because the ego is thrown around. The word the ego is thrown around in the spiritual community. And I think a lot of people don't actually have a grasp on their ego and how it shows up in the world. So to me, it's getting really, really reflective on your life, what it looks like. And
what you experienced,
what you're experiencing,
what got you there.
Yeah, even like your job. Like, okay, am I working this? Why am I working this job? Am I here? And I'm not telling you to quit your job tomorrow. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's like, am I here? Like when I was a high school teacher, for example, that it was expected of me to go to university. I didn't want to go to university. What I wanted to go to acting school. I wasn't allowed. Okay, I was forced on a certain direction. I was forced on a certain path. So I was like, yeah, okay, it's a job that society thinks is a good job. My parents approve of it, whatever. So I'm teaching, and I'm like, I'm who am I doing this for? Who am I doing this for? This is not actually where I want to be. So it's just reflecting on your belief system as well. Why do I believe what I believe? Do I believe this because I genuinely believe this, or I was taught and told to believe this? So it's really dissecting all of it, like dissecting your life with brutal honesty, not to be upset at yourself for, anything, but to bring it to your awareness, to be aware. And this is what I mean by a lot of people don't really see how their ego is running their life. Like me following that path of being a teacher, like, it was a little bit when you're under your parents' roof still. I have very, very strict parents. There wasn't much more else I could have done, or I didn't see that, I didn't see it at the time. But to me, a lot of people are like, oh, well, that's not your ego. Well, it is my ego, because that was safe. Right? Your ego just wants to keep you safe. So that was an ego-based decision to become a teacher, because that's what was safe. That's my ego running my life. Ego is not necessarily just showing up in an egotistical way where you're all full of yourself.
I'm a big dog. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many layers to it. I'm so passionate about this stuff, but yeah, it's really honestly dissecting all parts of self.
Yeah.
And when you could do that, and when you could start bringing that to your awareness, and then taking action on changing that. What is it that I actually want?
Yeah.
Sitting with that.
And exploring that truth, asking yourself, what is my truth?
Yes.
What is my truth?
Yeah. And being patient with yourself.
Yeah. And trusting and knowing that it's like, it's okay if those answers don't come forth straight away.
Totally. Because they won't.
Especially if you've lived a life where it's like, maybe you haven't been tuning in and asking yourself that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The answers won't come right away.
Yeah. So I think something that I love to say is the answers arrive on time.
Totally.
In the same sense that it's like, some people get a little bit stressed out just from like a life positioning perspective, being like I could get really stressed out, being like, fuck, like I know that what happens after Costa Rica? Like what? I move home with my parents. What next? What next? Like some people would like get really in a bit of a kerfuffle around that. Yeah. And the way that I like to relate this to people is that I'm like, well, you don't know what you're getting for your birthday, right?
Yeah.
You're not here stressing out about that. And it's true. And it's like, you'll get your birthday present on your birthday when you're meant to. It's like the answers, the next step, like whatever is meant to be the next thing, it'll arrive. On time. Yeah. So just let yourself be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just let yourself be. Be patient with the
meant
process.
To be surprises.
There's meant to be surprises.
Gifts along the way.
Yes. Yeah. And like, can I quickly talk about my program? Like I won't dive too much into it, but for those who are like wondering, because I created my whole program in this because like I said, this is what changed my life. Everything that changed my life over the last few years, I condensed into a program to help you ask yourself the necessary questions, to help you connect deeper to yourself, to help you bring those parts of yourself to awareness that are not actually true to who you are, right? The parts where your ego might be leading the way subconsciously. So if you're interested, no pressure, obviously, only if you feel aligned. I have a really, really great starting place for people that will help you connect deeper with yourself so that
Is this your evergreen program?
This is my program. Like this is where I take my mentorship. I have a mentorship program and we go through the program myself together as well. But I also have the program available self-paced.
Great.
For people to do on their own, which is a lot more affordable for those who don't or unable to, invest in the full mentorship. But the goal of it is to help you connect deeper with yourself because it's not me just giving you all the answers. It's giving you
there's 16 videos. The answers.
Yes, there's video lessons of me sitting and chatting plus guided meditations, reflection questions, integration practices to give you a guide to help you find the answers out for yourself.
Yeah. I've got something similar and mine only runs twice a year and it's live. So it's great to know that
it's self-paced.
There's already something there that you can just sink your teeth into whenever you want.
Yeah. And it's 5-6 months. It's meant to take 5 to 6 months. It's not, don't expect all of the answers to come. And that's like the recommended pace. I would recommend not going any faster. If anything, if you need more time with it, give yourself more time with it. Because this is not like 1 month going to change my life. Like this is real deep stuff. It's going to require integration. Take your time with it. Anyways, zero pressure, obviously for those listening, but it is a great entry point.
You'll feel a little whisper within if it's something that you get to move towards, for sure.
Yeah.
I love it. It's a journey of self-discovery, right?
Yeah.
And I think I was kind of touching on this a little bit earlier in the conversation. It's like, those of you that are listening to this episode, maybe that's part of your journey. Yeah. Part of your journey in this existence is to reach your full potential. Like, I don't believe that, I don't really think that anybody who wasn't meant to have that journey would find themselves listening to this episode.
No, I agree.
Do you know what I mean?
I totally agree. 100%. 100%. They're going to be, in a different
You just wouldn't, you just, if you weren't meant to do more with your life.
They're in a different reality.
Yeah. You wouldn't even find this podcast episode.
100%. 100%.
You would have seen the title and be like, nah.
They'd be like, what the fuck is this garbage?
Yeah. Exactly.
And fair enough, for them, it's meant to be garbage.
Yeah.
Because that's their experience.
And that's cool.
And that's valid.
Oh my God, I love it. Britt, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
This was so fun. I mean, whenever I speak with you, time just goes so quickly.
So fast.
It's been 45 minutes already. I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
We could have kept going on so many different little threads.
Kitty's sleeping now.
Yeah, Kitty settled down.
She wanted to make
after a little bit of chaotic.
Yeah.
Hey, you two, just remember. I know you're doing that, but just remember. Just remember who's the queen.
I own this place.
Of this castle.
This castle.
Yeah, it is her castle, isn't
it? Sweet little baby.
She's so cute.
I know.
What the fuck? Why? I'm like now such a cat person.
I know. I'm telling you right. I mean, I have 2 cats of my own. I love dogs too. I love all animals. I got myself cats because they're less of a responsibility, like, and whatnot. Once you get a cat, you understand why people are cat people.
I know, but do you know what? She only cuddles me when she wants to. And
feminine energy.
That's a problem for me.
No, cats embody feminine energy the way dogs embody masculine energy. Cats kind of like feminine energy. Yeah, you come, like, I'll come when I want. Like, it's very much so.
I'm the queen.
And when they do come to you, ooh, it's the best feeling ever.
Yeah, it is. Like, I'll be laying on this lounge and then she'll just come and like get on my chest and like go to sleep on my chest. And I'm just like,
I can't move.
I've been chosen. Yeah, I'm like, fuck my bedtime. I'm staying here for half an hour.
Literally. Yeah.
But I just love little doggies that it's like, come here. And it's like, mum. Like,
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because I am such a cuddly person. I want cuddles and affection all the time.
Yeah.
So, hello, baby.
Yeah, you're coming to say hello.
She's going
Big
to have
stretches.
a stretch. You want some love?
Yes. She knows we're talking about her.
Yeah, we're talking about, oh, you about to get on my lap. She's like, psych.
But cats are the embodiment of feminine energy, the way dogs are the embodiment of masculine energy. They're both great. We need both. But kind of like, and I've heard other people talk about it and they explain it really, really well. So I feel like I'm not going to do it really justice right now. But cats, if you think about it, like, they're not just going to please you just because, you have to earn their trust. You have to make them feel safe.
They're a good model for what we should do as women.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, she's just like laid next to me and just like
sweet
rolls over. She's just like falling asleep. Stop. Fuck off. How am I going to leave her? That's like the. Can you adopt her?
I know,
but I don't know if you could. I honestly don't think you could take her from this area.
That's the thing. This is her place. But trusting that whoever does come here next,
I'm going to make sure,
will take care of her.
My little girly girl.
Because I have 2 cats of my own anyways, and they're indoor cats.
Yeah, there's no way. She's a jungle cat.
And introducing them it's always a huge process to introduce cats to each other.
Yeah.
So
no, I wouldn't want to take her away from, like, she's got 2 of her children here. Like,
yeah, no.
Kitten.
This is her home. But whoever's, they're on their journey as well, the same way you're on your journey. So it's trusting that whoever's here next, will
need her medicine.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's where she's been. Beautiful medicine.
Sweetie.
All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. Britt, thank you again.
Thanks for having me. Love you. Thanks for listening.
Ciao.